Tommy Reynolds has his gun out. He's pointing the gun, and all of a sudden, I see this woman.
They say it's on every single station. They're saying that Daddy died.
He said there was an accident and your father is no longer with us.
In real life, I'm not like that.
And the Mario test was disgusting.
One night I jumped out of a car doing 60 miles an hour because I was addicted.
Salute, Mob Tube. Salute, Mob Tube. How is everybody tonight? Mickey Griggs, Berg Bear, Edward Everett, Brooklyn Rob. How you guys doing? This might be the longest I had a show scheduled for a while. I think it was about an hour and a half. Cecil Clanton, Corey Vogt, Anthony Santoro, what's up? Glad to see you guys here. DP, how you doing? Mark Giglio, Brendan Walsh. Any better, I'd be illegal. Nice answer. Johnny the Greek. You got your wrench back, Johnny? Grant me the wisdom to accept the things I cannot change and the wisdom to know the difference. 35 years a slave to addiction and now almost 3 years clean. Congratulations, Johnny. FBS, I'm true to my word. I'm here. Thank you for that, Brooklyn Rob. Taylor Hill was on time for both shows. How about that? See how many people we get in here, but we can get started anytime. Let me see. Caught the whole thing, huh? Listen, I don't know, Brooklyn Rob. That's an addiction I don't know if I could help you with, considering I have that addiction myself. 6 months dry on January 2nd. That's what's up, Bird Bear. Congratulations. FBS, wait, I'm sorry. Got 4 years on August 22nd. Anyone can get clean and sober if you want to change. Yeah, but it is tough, isn't it? It's tough to take that first step, man. It's so much easier. That's the problem with addiction. It's so much easier to keep it going. It's like me with these damn cigarettes. The bottom line is all you have to do is say, I'm not smoking anymore and just never smoke again. But it's so much easier to just keep smoking. So that's how it is, especially when you're addicted and your whole lifestyle, like with drugs or alcohol, our whole fucking lifestyle is our addiction. Or our addiction is our whole lifestyle. Like I had not really a routine, but with Coke, I was ridiculous. The second I woke up, before I did anything else, I would do a bump or a line. Before I went to sleep. Like that's how much Coke I was doing, that it wasn't even affecting me that much anymore. I could eat on it, sleep on it, no problem. And everything was a fucking, almost like a ritual. You know what I mean? You get so excited. I could be out on a date. This is true. I would do this. And I would stop at home to do a line. I'd tell the girl, I got to run in my house and get something. Go inside, do a line, come back out. And then the excitement, because when you're doing Coke, like I got to the point where I didn't need to be drinking to do Coke. I would just do Coke all the time. But if I did enough of it, obviously I needed to drink to balance it out. But I would get excited to just go get some liquor or a couple of 6-packs, whatever, just because I knew I'd be able to snort a little more Coke because I'd have the alcohol to balance it out. I would make a night of it all by myself. Like I was living on Boundary Avenue in York City, and I only smoked in the basement of this house. It's the only place I smoked. And I would fucking take, I'd go down to this place called Quick Six a couple blocks away, and I would get whatever it was, a couple 6-packs. My drink of choice was liquor, anything 80 proof or above. But if I didn't have liquor, I would go to the store. I'd get a couple of 6-packs, which I always hated drinking beer, but whatever I could get my hands on would work for me at the time. And I would go down in the basement and with my phone and my beer and my Coke, and I would just put some shit on YouTube. I would like sit my phone on top of a crate of records just so I could see it. And I would just do Coke and drink all fucking night in the basement. And I loved it. It was the time of my life. Crazy shit. Mob tube is a hell of a drug. That's right. Lost 2 siblings to addiction. I've been on the break since '84. Jesus, 2 siblings. Sorry to hear that, Mark. Oh, God. Thank you, Chris. You know firsthand how hard it is to stay off. Getting off is easy. I did 9 years before and went back because of a breakup. A lovely excuse. Yeah, that was always a good excuse for me, too. Trust me. Nicotine is a bitch. Just stopping in to say hi, guys, and thanks to you all. Electrician will be here early morning. I have to get some sleep. My back is out, but I love you all. Hope your back feels better, Brian, and good luck with the electrician. I hope everything is fixed by the time he leaves. Taylor Hill, yeah, it's much easier to keep going. There's the want to change for sure. I remember times I was shooting up, crying, saying, "What am I doing?" Yeah, I bet. Brian, I'm so happy for you. I'm glad things are working out. Yeah, me too. Brian deserves it. Yankees for life. What's up, my friend? Yo, but none of my friends ever said I'm gonna have one Marlboro and wound up in a box with a suit on. I hear you, bro. That's true. It's very true. That's a good way to put it. Congratulations to everyone that's clean and all those struggling with the decision to make that leap. Absolutely. Congratulations. It's 90 degrees, but the trunk full of snow. ARAB, yeah. Thing that made me stop doing coke was looking up at the ceiling and not being able to fall asleep. Worst feeling ever. Yeah. Oh man. When I was a fucking teenager, man, and coke was brand new to me. For a couple of years, I would fucking oh my god, it's like you're saying, it was the worst nightmare to run out of coke and you don't have any alcohol to put you to sleep. Because that would happen to me all the time because I wasn't even old enough to drink yet. So I couldn't go to the store and get my own shit. I'd have people get me stuff and it would run out because you can't have enough alcohol when you're doing good coke. It's impossible. And I would fucking lay there miserable. I mean, you get the cocaine blues almost instantly. And just I'd be depressed, and all the stuff starts to hit you. Your thoughts are racing. How much money did I spend? What have I lost? You're just begging, praying for sleep. I mean, there was times where I wanted to go to the liquor store and throw when the liquor store was closed and just throw a fucking cinder block through the window and just grab anything I could and run away. I was that desperate. I would call neighbors, begging anybody for fucking alcohol just because it would put me to sleep. Yep, the ritual for every little thing. Have a shit, I need a hit. Have a meal, need a hit. Walk to the shop, need a hit. Have an argument, need a hit. Win money, need a hit. Need a hit, need a hit. Yeah. Have a hit, need a hit. Yeah. When are you doing? When are you an angel doing another podcast? Glad you are doing well health wise. I'm actually doing pretty poorly health wise right now, and I don't know. I got to talk to Angel. I mean, we've talked through texts and stuff a little bit lately, but I'm going to call Angel and talk to her. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something together. I had to hit rock bottom, couldn't go any lower, and still hard. I don't remember the exact date I stopped, but it's been 3 to 4 years since I've stopped using fentanyl and smoking crack, but I've relapsed a few times. Well, I'm glad you're okay now, Taylor Hill. Been clean since 1995. Mickey Griggs. Salute. That's 26 years. Jesus. Now, if I could kick these fucking benzos, I'd be okay. Oh, no, you're on the benzos, Taylor. Yeah, that's a nightmare in itself. What's up, Rare Pair? Taylor Hill, yes to everyone who can get clean and stay clean. My hat's off to you. It's a powerful thing to beat the demon. Yeah, it is. I have 19 years clean from morphine and heroin, 2 years from alcohol. Congratulations, Linda. That's Jesus. I can't even imagine how hard that's got to be. Snorted 2 sleeping pills trying to come down one night. Well, I'll just be honest with you guys. I'm going to tell you the only time I ever even considered doing heroin. Okay, I don't know if I've ever told anybody this story. I lived next to, where I was living at the time, I had two girls that lived next door to me. And they were heroin addicts. And they would buy coke off me a lot, all the time, because, they would shoot coke too. And they would speedball and stuff. And one night, man, I was across the street with some other friends drinking, doing coke, and I mean, these Mexican guys I was hanging out with, they had some fucking crazy shit. I mean, it was good. And I did a bunch of it with them, and the alcohol ran out, as it always does. And I was in that frame of mind, like I was just talking about, miserable, almost suicidal, honestly, because there was no way I was sleeping, and I was just, dying for more coke, but at the same time, just praying for any little bit of sleep just to come down. Because you guys got to understand, for me, see, I most likely always had heart trouble, because my whole life I was like that. Even as a kid, I didn't have the same wind other kids had. But when I started doing coke, like I'd be with 5, 10 guys, we'd all be doing the same amount of coke. I'd be geeking, my heart would be going through my chest, and they're just sitting there chilling. So I always had the heart issue. The slightest little bit of coke would make my heart go out of fucking control. So that was the worst part for me with the coming down. Is I'm sitting there, my heart's going 180 fucking beats a minute while I'm laying perfectly still. And it's terrifying. You're sure you're going to die or have a heart attack. So that night, I called these girls and I said, is there anything, do you guys have any alcohol, anything, any liquor? No, but we can get you some dope. And of course they said that because, heroin addicts in here can attest to this, I'm sure. There's nothing a heroin addict wants more than to get somebody else to buy some heroin, because they don't have the money, or because, hey, you'll get somebody else started on it, and then you'll have somebody else to get high with and to share dope with. So I was so fucking desperate. I gave the girl like $30, and I was like, go ahead, go get it. I'll try anything. And luckily, she took about an hour, because I'm quite sure she got it, did most of it, whatever, and by the time she got back, she hit me up and she was like, look, I got it. Now, who knows what she had left, whatever. I don't fucking know, but thank God that once I, thought about it, even though I was still in a living nightmare, I said, nah, you know what? Just keep it. You guys can have it. Don't worry about the money. But that's how desperate I was. Yeah, Rare Pair. It's horrible to be a prisoner to anything. It fucking is, man. And that's why, like, what you said, Linda, about being clean from morphine and all that stuff. See, that shit makes me think, because you guys have it way worse than me. I think it was you that said that, right, Linda? I'm sorry if I got the name wrong. Or if it was somebody else that said it. Yeah, no, it was you, Linda. Yep. You guys have it way worse than me, because you all know, like, coke, there's no physical withdrawal, and it's not something that necessarily, the cravings haunt you and stuff. They don't for me alcohol is the worst possible thing you could ever come off of. But for me, once I'm off it, I'm fine. You know, it could go, years could pass and I'm fine. But something about those opiates and you know, heroin itself, it seems like you guys are in a never-ending fucking battle, and that every single day is a struggle just to get through the day without using. It just seems different than everything else. The blackout creeper memories or no memory of the incident arrest at all. Had those. It was a long time ago. I would beep 10 dealers. No one would answer. Fucked up. Yeah. FBS, what's up, my brother? What's up? New York City 24-hour handyman. How you doing, bro? I want to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. Same to you and yours, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad to see you here. All addicts develop those rituals. I used to have my special routine, just setting up and preparing everything used to be such a rush, right? I wasn't a big Coke guy, but definitely wouldn't do it without landing gear. Yeah, it's not a good idea. What's up, brother? 3 years sober for me. Well, at least from the pills I used to take, it's a slippery slope. Well, congratulations. I'm using another substance to substitute for another. Suboxone, benzos, whatever. It's like taking out a loan. At some point, that loan is due, and you got to pay it back. Best to try and kick it all. Yeah, that's well said. I was on the pills and fent before crack, so I always, for the most time, had a come down, thank God. But the nights I didn't, it was miserable, especially being in withdrawal and running out. It's a fucking nightmare. Used to snort a blue every single morning in the bathroom when I got to work, every single morning for years. That's why they call H landing gear FBS. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And I'm going to tell you the truth, I never heard it called that, but that makes sense. BP Blues go for $40 where I live. We're 25, 30. I started when I was 15, a day before I went to fentanyl. I never put people onto dope. I worked. Good. Because people that do put other people onto dope are the fucking devil. But I know when they're in their addiction, it's just another resource. So I kind of understand. Mustache Pete. And Pete anymore. When I was hooked on Percocet, I still held down a great job, took care of my kids, maintained a good life, which was the worst part. Being a functioning addict is very dangerous. It is, for sure. Lefty Guns, hey, Chris, listen, gonna wait until my godson goes to bed in a few hours. If he hears you, he'll want to listen. I don't want him hearing this stuff. No, that's cool, bro. That's cool, man. I'll see you then. Jane Creek, hey, how are you? 2.5 years sober, Stormy Rivers. I used to be in love with dirty martinis, no mas. Well, congratulations. That's what I got. 2.5 years. And today is my sober date. Good, man. Lefty Guns. Opiates are fucking terrible here for sure. To go through the day, I can't even count. I had the perfect plug. Was a girl I was dating father, but even with Fent, it was all day. Had to do it all day. I went to methadone for 8 years, got off of methadone with Parkinson's medication. Well, I hope you don't have Parkinson's, but there's a Parkinson's medication that helps you get off methadone? I never got anyone else addicted or used with another soul. I kept my addiction hidden for years before I finally told my girl or family. Nobody knew I actually kept it hidden very well. Some people are good at that. Some people are. Corey Vote, opiate game is out of control. No heroin, fentanyl, and horse tranquilizers. Eating people's skin. Most blues are pressed fatty. Started on coke and until I could sleep. Line of heroin to come down. It overpowered everything. 35 years later, at 4 rehabs, I swapped one for another. Jesus. Subs help a lot of people, but if you walk through the hood, they are sold more than dope. I used to sell Suboxone, I'll be honest. Brendan Walsh, honestly, Chris, bro, anything else when you're done, anything else when you're done. I barely ever think about getting high anymore. I couldn't imagine using dope and booze now. My life is so manageable now. That kick. That's good to hear. That's good to hear because I always have the extra sympathy for heroin addicts and opiate addicts because man, it seems like this fucking shadow that just follows you everywhere you go. I mean, at least from the friends I know and stuff, they think about it all the time, and it's just. I even got real cynical at one point, and any of my friends that I knew were hooked on dope. As soon as I found out they were hooked on dope, I would say, "Well, they'll be gone soon. We'll be burying them soon," because I just didn't see anybody living through it anymore, and all the people I said that about did die, unfortunately. Somebody told me once there's no such thing as an old heroin addict. I don't know. Easy 325 dope is the living, breathing, as real as it gets devil on this earth. I believe that. FPS, I remember when I was meeting with my Connect, I would literally get butterflies in my stomach. Yeah, see, that was the thing for me that made it so dangerous. I never really went through that part. Well, when I was a teenager, I did. I would run out because I wasn't getting weight like that. I would run out and then, going to meet him would be like, just like you're saying. But my adult life, my biggest problem, and another reason I probably developed the heart problems I did is because I never stopped. There would be certain times I ran out of Coke. Not really ever, though. I ran out of alcohol a lot. Always had Coke. I would get ounces at a time. I would get 2 ounces at a time. I was doing that every week for years and years and years. I never wanted to have more than that in my fucking possession. I got good advice from good lawyers. I kept it 56 grams and under. But I would re up, when I still had 10, 12, sometimes 20 grams left. So I never fucking ran out. Coke was 24 hours a day for years without a break. I'm talking about without one fucking day without it. I never ran out. My only problem was running out of alcohol. Never ran out of Coke. And that's how you end up in a situation like I'm in, with the heart thing, because you're never giving your body a break. Never. And then, I got to the point for a while, unless I was doing crazy amounts at a time, I could do Coke all day, every day and not drink. You know what I mean? But I would drink just so I could do more than that. Yeah. Yeah. Mustache Pete, for sure. You don't know anymore. That's crazy, Linda J. Something a lot of people. That's something a lot of people know about. Yeah, I never heard of that. That was my problem. I worked on fishing boats and could maintain my life somewhat and was always in great shape. High in front of my fam, like 4 years straight. They had no clue. Jesus. Yeah, some people can do that. I could do that with Coke, but like I said, there'd be points where I did just too much that day, and then I needed to start drinking, and you couldn't miss the alcohol on me because you can't really miss alcohol on anybody for the most part. But the Coke by itself, yeah, I would do Coke at work. I would always have a bill with the half a gram or something crushed up in it. And like when I was DJing, I was working at this catering company, and there was this bathroom upstairs in the catering hall we worked at that nobody ever used. So I'd go up in that bathroom, I'd steal a beer from the bar, I'd go up in the bathroom every day at lunchtime. I would do 2, 3 lines, I would drink a beer, and then I'd smoke a cigarette, and then I'd go back to work. Carvedova levodopa. I didn't know. I know. I got a friend that's on that for Parkinson's. I didn't know that helped get you off methadone. Holy shit! Really? I wonder why. Oxycontin, fentanyl, and morphine, I think, is the 3 hardest drugs I've ever seen in my life. That sounds about right. DP, when you're an addict, your life becomes one big web of lies. It's a dark place. Taylor Roxy's are $40 for 30 milligram in New Jersey, too. That is good knowledge, Linda J. I had a primary doctor help me get off the methadone. So that's the price. Okay, this was years ago. Brendan Walsh, bro. If I wanted to, honestly, I could have kept it hidden forever. Not every opiate addict is a typical dope head nodding off in the corner. Nobody had a clue I was using 10 blues a day. 10 blues a day. $10 a day. Aren't blues 80s? Shinebox, what's up, man? I'm glad to see you here. I thought you left me for good. 300 milligram oxy. What the fuck? Hold on. Wait a minute. I lost everything. What happened? 300 milligram oxy FPS. What the fuck? Taking 15 blues. No, they're 30? Okay, the blues are 30s. Okay. The only reason I never died on crack and heroin was because I never injected. I smoked it on the foil and piped the crack in rehab at age 32. We had to work out how much we spent. Mine was 500,000. Oh, I just weaned my wife. Yeah, I don't know why I thought they were 80s. I just weaned my wife off tramadol. Been taking 4 years. My angel is doing so good. Shows like these help me help her. Bless your FBS. Well, good for you, Pinkville. I'm glad to hear that, man, and your wife as well. I listen. If these shows help anybody, they're worth doing. Bottom line, especially now, it's the holidays, guys. It's an easy fucking time to relapse, man. It's scary shit. So you got to be careful. Well, I think that's most of the coke these days, Fairchild Hitchcock. By the time it even gets to this fucking country, it's stepped on so much. I remember this one kid I used to sell coke to. He was a fucking pain in the ass. He was never happy. No matter how good the coke, and I got some fire. I had a reputation for it. I always had good coke. And this kid was like, bro, listen, man, the shit you got is pretty good, bro, but I'll pay extra if you can give me the pure shit. Pure? I said, yeah, let me get in my fucking private plane and fly to Colombia, and I'll have that pure shit for you in no time. Pure? The fuck are you talking about? Where do you think we are? Blues are 30s FPS. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense because I should have remembered that because I used to sell for a very short period of time. I sold 30s, and I remember it was $1 a milligram, man. It was 30 for 30. Detox sucks for sure, but that's just the beginning. The real battle starts when the drugs are out of your system. It's like you got to relearn how to live as a sober person, and it takes time, which is why. That is true. But like I said, well, I don't know if your drug of choice was dope, Wise Guy TV, but if it was, like I said, you guys just had it worse than me the way I see it. Hold on, let me see something. All right. Wait, oh no, maybe not. You definitely need a support system, Wise Guy TV. Blues or 30s. Okay, yeah, I knew a couple, Mike and Rachel, and these two were like the fucking ultimate, middle to upper middle class family. I mean, white picket fence, beautiful house. Rachel was drop dead fucking gorgeous. Mike was a good looking, successful dude. Rachel was successful on her own. She had her own cleaning business. And, they, like I said, white picket fence, beautiful home, 2 kids, the dog, the whole nine, right? From the outside looking in, couldn't have had their shit together more. They would buy coke off me from time to time. And then as I got to know them, I'd go to their house and shit. I would see what they were really up to. And within 2 years, I watched them lose not only the house, the cars, Rachel's business, Mike's job. Rachel actually had a CDL too, lost that. And they borrowed money from every fucking relative and everybody they could. They lost everything. They alienated their entire families. And they told me one time that they needed, I think it was 480s each to get through the day. 480s each to get through the day. Now, I don't know if that's a lot, but I know what it costs. Like I said, at the time, it was $1 a fucking milligram. And one time I said to them, you guys never did dope because I know that a $10 bag of dope is better. And Mike said to me, he was like, I can't trust it. This is before they were doing what they are now with the pills. This was at a time when you could actually trust that the pills were, pharmaceutical. And he said, Chris, we don't know what's in it. We know what we're getting when we get the pills, but you get a bag of dope, you could drop fucking dead. And I mean, the way I would see them fucking struggle with this shit, it was unbelievable. And I used to be like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I couldn't even imagine having that kind of addiction. At least for long-term users, regardless of which drug and alcohol is a drug of your own, or is a drug of you're an addict. Yeah. This is also true. DP, Joe Brown, it's crazy, man. There are a lot of people that are full-blown addicts, and you would never know. Listen, just the people that I fucking was in rehab with. I mean, I'm talking about multi-millionaires and their lives. They went to this one guy. I got real close to him. He was a fucking wonderful man. Name was Greg. I love this guy. He became like a father figure to me. He really did. This guy was a lifelong Wall Street broker, and he was good at it. He made tens of millions of dollars. And he went to like what is it, Trump's club, and he had the membership to Trump's country club and golf course, whatever, in New Jersey. He had pictures with Trump. He knew him personally. He his wife would come visit him in a 2019 Bentley Continental GT. Okay. Beautiful, $225,000 car. They live in a fucking mansion in New Jersey that is like, I almost threw up when I saw it. I was like, holy shit. And this was one of the sweetest people I ever met in my life, this guy. Me and him became very, very close in rehab. And this was like his fourth time in rehab, and he would tell me that just alcohol, he just couldn't stop. And he was just one. There was several others, that were either benzos or alcohol. This was, like I said, this was all rich people. I don't even know if we had one. Oh, we had one younger kid. He started heroin within 2 weeks of using heroin. He crashed his car, and he hit another car, and he hurt a couple of people, and his parents sent him right to rehab. But he was the only one there, I believe, that were on opiates. Everyone else was heroin, cocaine, alcohol. I mean, not heroin, cocaine, alcohol, benzos. And some of these people, they were the picture of perfection. Sorry about that, guys. Fucking Wi-Fi connection. There's a comment I wanted to get to. Sorry about that, guys. That would be me. Wait a minute, let me see if it's still up here. Well, Shinebox said, FBS, I remember taking 5 milligram Percocets for stitches, and I was feeling warm and fuzzy for half a day. I had 2 back surgeries and taking 4 10 milligram perks and 2 30 milligram morphine, and I'm not drowsy at all. Holy shit, Shinebox. Wow. Listen, this is my experience with it. This is my only experience with opiates. When I went in, no, I haven't relapsed. Why would you say that? Absolutely not. When I went to have this done, the defibrillator, when they put that, or not that, I'm sorry, that was nothing. For that, they gave me a 30-day prescription of perks, and I sold them. But when I had the PVC ablation done, Guys, look up a PVC ablation. Some of you might know what it is, but let me fucking tell you. That is not an easy surgery to have. They go in through your groin on either side. They run like cameras and shit up into your fucking heart, and they have to burn these little spots where these electrical impulses are happening that are giving you the preventricular contractions. So they is it preventricular contractions? Let me see. Let me make sure before I sound like a fucking moron. I think that's what PVC is. Premature ventricular contractions. Yes. They would go in, they would burn that tissue around that so it would stop it. So they were in my heart. This surgery was 6 fucking hours. 6 hours. And when I get there, I'm thinking, cool, they're gonna put me out, won't feel a thing. Nope. The anesthesiologist comes out and tells me that the surgeon said can't put him under. Why? Because if they put me under, my heart would calm down, basically. Like it would slow my heart down. And those PVCs wouldn't be happening. Now they need to see them happen so they know where to burn. So the surgery would be fucking pointless. So I'm like, oh my God. It was supposed to be a 4-hour surgery. It wound up taking a little over 6. And I was awake. They had to keep me awake. But what they did was they gave me fentanyl. And you know what? I wasn't fighting it at the fucking time. I knew that this was going to be extraordinarily painful and every fucking thing else. So I was like, all right, well, I'll tell you this shit. I was so out of it. I didn't even feel the fucking pain. And I nodded in and out. Part of the time, I'm sure I was asleep. But I remember the anesthesiologist told me anytime the pain gets too bad, she told me where she'll be sitting. She said, just look over at me and tell me, and I'll give you more. And I did that several times. I'm quite sure that was the addict in me too. But the feeling of being on that fentanyl during that surgery and the way it took me away from it and even made the pain go away. Listen, I mean, I guess I can understand why the shit is so addictive, is what I'm trying to say. Let me get to what Wise Guy TV said. He says, I was on heroin and benzos heavy. It was bad. Had 9 ODs, man. I'm blessed to be here. Should have died many times. Must be God's plan. You were taking benzos and heroin at the same time? I'm not surprised. 9 times, bro. Well, listen, I'm glad you're still here. And I'm glad you're doing well now. I also had addiction to Demerol in the 80s. That started me off 50 milligram. I got to where I could take 4 at a time. Yeah, you know what? It's funny about the yeah, I don't know anything about opiates. So I can't relate to that, but I can relate to addiction overall. But it's a different type of addiction. There was a kid I knew, a friend of mine's little brother. He had a crazy high tolerance for oxys, and he went to jail for 9 months. And when he got out, he thought his tolerance was still that high, and he took close to what he was taking before he went to jail. He died the first night he was out of jail. The oxy 80 milligram oxys are the end. Once you get cut off, welcome to the bags, heroin train. And I am talking guys in their 60s, probably meant to say 60s. It's a nightmare they pushed on the people. Like robbed a dollar store high as hell on Zans, wake up in jail wondering how you got there. I used to work and drive on fentanyl. I was getting powder fentanyl once. I was at my worst 3 grams a day. Was only paying 80 a gram for my ex-girl's dad. Jesus. Opiates are no joke, man. Nah. I used to love to get a bad chest cold. Codeine cough syrup. Perks used to give me a euphoric feeling. I felt like I could build a house or take on the world. FBS, that happens so much. Yeah, this is why one of the reasons I never tried dope or anything is because I know me. And I know that I'd be a full-blown junkie in a matter of days. Like you know what I mean? That's why it always scared me. I'll give you an example. I did ecstasy once, right? I took this ecstasy at a friend's house. About an hour later, I'm driving home and I'm like, I don't feel a fucking thing. Now I had my sunroof up, open, my windows down. It was a nice spring night. All of a sudden, that shit hit me. The wind and shit on your skin when you're on ecstasy. And I was like, this is so good that I can never do it again because I know me. I just can't because I'll never stop. Broke my neck and those pills kept me upright. I was messed up and still working. Joe Brown, bro, that's my story exactly. I am blessed to have an amazing job, but I was cursed with being able to afford to support my insanely expensive habit. Sounds like we have a similar story. Isn't that a bitch? Yeah. These days, legitimate lean is like $200 an ounce. Yeah. That's another thing I don't fuck with. Taylor Hill said that's what happens to a lot of addicts, and everyone is getting taken off their medication now. It's sad to see legal scripts taken away from people who have been on them for 30 plus years. Yeah, I got another friend, Amy. This poor girl, beautiful girl, had kids, had her life together. She was a nurse, and she got in a car accident when we were younger. We were teenagers. Her and a few other my female friends, they were in a car and they got hit by a drunk driver. And when they turned like 18, they all got huge settlements, big enough to start their lives with. But she had a real bad back injury when they got hit by that drunk driver. And she was put on oxys then. And I mean, she was on them for, I'd say, 18 years maybe. And they cut her off. After all that time, they cut her off. She would get what she could on the street, but she mostly just started drinking, 24 hours a day in and day out. And on the night before Thanksgiving, I don't want to get the year wrong. I'm not sure the exact year. I would say maybe 2008. She 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 died in her sleep, her liver, because she was drinking, and then she'd get whatever pills she could on the street and take them too. I can tell every one of us in the chat have some wild ass stories. Well, that's the best thing about when we all get together in here for shit like this. I don't know if any of you are new to the addiction and recovery shows we do on this channel, but it's really nice. Like everybody kind of comes together. We've been able to help people in these chats, people that have come on the show that were on their way to go get dope, whatever, stuff like that. And it's really nice, like the way these shows turn out. Because you guys can all talk to each other and relate. Some of you I can relate to, some of you I can't, but then there's other people who can. So it's cool. It's I need to do these more often. My heroin addiction only lasted 2 years because I was miserable and scared. Well, at least you're okay now, Linda. That's a huge reason 90% of people get addicted to opiates, because most get that warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Yeah, I guess so. That's what I hear about. And like I said, the only time I experienced it was with that surgery. But I knew when that surgery was over that, this is nothing I could ever like try or do. It was just, listen, 6 hours of surgery. And I can honestly tell you, even though I have a bad memory in general, 5 minutes after I came out of it, where I was really starting to wake up after that surgery, I remembered collectively all together maybe 10 minutes of that surgery, and it was 6 fucking hours. That's what that fentanyl had me. It had me out that much that I was awake, but I was just, I don't know. Absolutely, Wise Guy TV. Most people piss away much more than 2 years. Yeah. Oh my God. If I could have all the years back, fuck, man. The damage I did. I'm fucking disgusted with myself every day. Every day. That's one thing I'll never get over is the damage I did. I can't get over it because some of that damage was done to other people. Took a yellow jacket back in 06, and I didn't know much about how the pill could be addictive. This was before the pill epidemic. Well, that's how a lot of people got started. A lot of people that are doing dope now got started because a fucking doctor prescribed it. And when a doctor prescribes something, people trust it. You know what I mean? Fairchild Hitchcock, where I'm from, you can't get pills like you used to. Most all them pill heads are now on crystal meth in my area. That's another thing I never fucked with. Wow. Oh my God. Holy shit. Yeah, we could all agree on that, Wise Guy TV. A lot of these pill doctors got shut down the last 7-10 years around here. Yeah, you guys ever see that what this shit was OxyContin Express about the clinics in Florida and shit? Crazy. People go in there and just loading up. Facts, I have an awesome job. I was able to afford a 20 perk a day habit, $260 without my wife even knowing I had a problem. My God. I don't know. Some people, I had a guy, man, and this was a good dude. I sold crack to this guy, and he made a lot of fucking money, man. And this guy, no lie, I mean, would spend regularly 1,500 a week with no problem. And he had a living girlfriend and a kid, and they never had any fucking idea. They never had any idea. Smoking crack. I mean, it was crazy. Like, he'd call me up frantic, like, oh, she's leaving. Come over now. You know, he would want to get started as soon as his girlfriend left to go to work or whatever. So he'd have as much time as possible to smoke. And this motherfucker would smoke ridiculous amounts of crack. And then she'd come home and it would be like, you know, he would try to have to sneak it or whatever, but somehow they never knew. I don't know. Oh, Billy Heroin, yeah. I would sell my vehicles and shit to get high. Yeah, people will sell anything. FBS, the show on Vice, Dope Sick Nation, incredible. What goes on down here in South Florida? I'm not sure if I saw that one. I actually watch a lot of those. Mark, yes, that has something to do with it. I did 1 year pre-trial bracelet and then 18 months in jail during the whole pandemic, so I think that has to do with it. Yeah, FBS, I saw there were 2 brothers started scamming out of pill mills in Florida. Oh yeah. Oh my God, Shinebox. Wow, what a story. Jesus. In place of my barbell, I'd instead bought Bitcoin. Oh, in place of my barbell, if I'd instead bought Bitcoin, I'd own at least half of Tesla right now. You ain't kidding, man. My God. A lot of people addicted to it in private. Yeah. Yeah, I know, man, but some things can't be made right. I do my best, but you know, I had to face um a while ago, I had to come to, you know, the grips with the fact that some damage is done and it's undoable. You know what I mean? So all I can do is accept it. Like, listen, you got two choices. You live or you die. That's it. But if you're going to live, you got to actually live. You can't live looking in the fucking rear view. You can't live constantly thinking about what could have, should have. You know, you just have to fucking move forward and say, I'm going to do my best from here. That's the only thing I know. I don't know much, but I know that, I have days, trust me, where I get down about certain relationships in my life that have been damaged and certain things I've done that I'll never be able to live down or take back. And it's a fucking killer. But I know in my heart that I just can't focus on it anymore. I got to focus on what's ahead of me and not what's behind me. And if you did damage to relationships, all you could do is hope or pray that whoever you hurt someday decides to forgive you and give you another chance. I've had a meth addict tell me that the high is totally different if you smoke, snort rather than bang it. Yeah, I don't know shit about that. I know one fucking kid, this kid Will that I worked with. This motherfucker was getting coke. And he had good coke. Real good. And he was getting it for a while. And I don't know what the fuck happened, if he lost his connect, and I don't know, but he's going around the fucking place we worked at selling meth and telling people it was coke. I was like, bro, somebody's gonna kill you for that shit, bro. Like, he couldn't get any coke, so he went and bought some crystal meth. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Personally, I think he robbed somebody for it, but I'm not sure. Some of us are paying for it now. You're right. We can't take it back. Nope. It becomes a struggle along the way, a real monkey in the back. Keep that mentality. Dell is my name. I don't have the same strength, unfortunately. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. What's up, Andrew White? Welcome. Rich Arnott, I have almost 5 years no booze. I smoke weed, so I guess I'm not in recovery. Is that what they say? Listen, I guess it's up to you. Your recovery is your recovery. You make what of it, what you want of it, I guess. I don't know. You make your own rules, maybe. I don't know. To me, if you're clean and sober, you're clean and sober, which includes weed, but that's me. If you still smoke weed, I don't know how you're clean and sober. You know what I mean? Like, I just personally don't understand it. And the whole weed is not a drug thing. Look, I agree that weed should be legalized every fucking where. Nobody should ever be arrested. I don't care if you got 6 tons in a tractor trailer. Okay, nobody should go to jail for marijuana. But yes, it's a drug. Of course it is. It's just the least harmful, most useful, I guess you could say positive drug you could do. Yeah. I'm addicted to fat chicks. That could be dangerous too. My doctor told me to stay as far away from coke as possible, so I used the longer straw. Come on, Gemini. Nitro and hello, how are you? Christopher Drager, welcome. Glad you're here, my friend. Sven Larson, I drank mostly alone, thinking my family wouldn't know. Stupid me. Of course they did. Bye marriage after 17 years. Leaving 2 kids behind. That's why I spent Christmas alone. Ah, shit. Sorry to hear that, Sven. That's terrible. Facts over feelings. No one is stronger than ones like us who defeat addiction. Yeah. Listen, that's for sure. Because it takes fucking. It takes a real tough guy. It really does when it comes down to it. to pull yourself out of that and get your shit together and stay away from it. A lot of people don't understand that, though. Now, on the other hand, it also takes a very strong person to never use drugs or alcohol to begin with. But I know what you mean, Chris. Some damage cannot be fixed. I lost my wife, doing good now, but regrets, and regrets. I hear you, bro. Yeah, some of it, you listen, there's no taking away. Like, I did something to someone that, broke this person's heart, and every day it's a sadness in my life that, we're not the same way we used to be. You know what I mean? Every fucking day, I'm talking about just a major heartbreak. And I don't know how long I have to live with it being that way. But like I said before, we can't force people to forgive us. We can't force people to trust us again. We can't force people to want to be near us. We can't force people to talk to us. They have every fucking right to be mad at us. Every right. That's what it really comes down to. So, and you got to accept that they have that right. See, I spent a lot of time being mad at the people that were mad at me. Then I started to realize they're mad at me for a fucking reason, and they deserve the respect from me. Like if in order to show my respect to them, I have to let them know that I understand you have every right to be mad at me, and I have no fucking business getting pissed off at you for it, or getting short on patience, or when are you going to let this go? You can't do that. You got to respect their feelings and just say, hey, I did the damage. I got to live with the consequences. And all I could do is work on making sure that I don't compound it anymore. Like, in other words, the damage I did when I was on drugs and alcohol can only be made worse by staying on drugs and alcohol. Okay, if you stop, right, or if you have stopped, you might not be able to make the things better, fix the damage you caused, but you can stop yourself from making more. You can, you can live life without making it worse. And that's the most we could do. Let's just not make it worse. Recovery is a personal journey. I agree 100%. Your recovery is you getting well, clean, and sober since 2008, and I can explain it. Congratulations. That's a lot of time. 13 years. I used to spend about $2,500 a week at the height of my addiction between blues, Xannies, Addies. I carry so much guilt about the money I wasted. I blew through close to $500,000 in less than 5 years. Yeah, I'm sure it's tough. But what can you do, right? It's gone. Like I said, it seems crazy, but sometimes the positive is in the fact that the damage is done. Like, you lost that, yeah, but you're not still doing it. I mean, God forbid you were still in your addiction. How much would you have lost now, with all that extra time using? Kevin Mack, what's up, bro? How you doing, my friend? I've been listening, just couldn't type till now, but I love when he does these shows. Yeah, and I'm gonna do more of them. You know what I mean? It's worth it to me. It's it's worth it to me to take the little bit of a financial hit and do these shows that help people, rather than something else that's not of much use and I make some money. It's not a. I have to get back to doing more of these. I was always a recreational user of other drugs, never really an addict, always has been a pothead at heart, though. Well, I think that's a lot of people. AA will tell you if you're on antidepressants, you're not clean. Well, listen, there's a reason I don't fuck with AA. There's a lot of reasons. When I was in rehab, like I said, I would go back and speak at AA meetings because I was asked to and because I had a good story to tell. But when I was in rehab, we could skip. There were certain things we could skip, and AA was one of them. Like certain shit was required that groups you had to attend and all that. I would not do AA. I did refuge, stuff like that, but AA I wanted no part of. I still don't. For a lot of reasons. I'm a felon for weed. How embarrassing is that? Listen, up until 2016, I was a felon for weed, and now I'm a felon for weed and cocaine. So I feel you, bro. Great show. FBS, King of YouTube. Salute. Thank you, Chad Donovan. Everyone has a story, but we all have recovery in common. That's right. For coke addiction, never heard of any what? Oh, I saw Rolex and race cars said medications you could try. Yeah, for coke addiction, not that I know of. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. When I was in there, they put me on Lexapro, which was a lifesaver, gabapentin, and trazodone. Also lifesavers, because the trazodone and gabapentin are the only reason I fucking sleep at night, and the Lexapro keeps me from being a fucking lunatic. Well, I'm already a lunatic, but you know what I mean. Shinebox, $50. Today's show was very rewarding to me. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Shinebox. I appreciate that, man. That's very, very kind to you. Shinebox is awesome. You got to come on a show with me soon, Shinebox. Talk some mob stuff or something. I'm glad this show is rewarding to you in some way. That makes me feel good about doing it. Absolutely, Tony Ducks. I agree. Alcohol has to be one of the hardest things to kick because it's everywhere and there isn't a stigma. Oh, listen, I'm telling you. I've never been through heroin withdrawal or opiate withdrawal, but I'm telling you firsthand. I had to be medically detoxed 3 times in my life. And I can't even put into fucking words the pain and anguish. I mean, I would bang my fucking head against the wall from the, you know how people get the shakes and stuff? I mean, it would be so bad. I could feel my inside shaking. I would fucking just pour sweat and heave and heave. And there was nothing in my stomach ever. You know what I mean? And I would just fucking, it was a fucking absolute nightmare. I mean, the pain. And then, the seizures. I had a fucking grand mal seizure, almost killed me from alcohol withdrawal. Oh, Drager could come right on and talk. He knows that. Emotional sobriety is the hardest battle for me. It's definitely tough. It's definitely tough. Wise Guy TV. We're all human too, so we make mistakes and sometimes relapse is a part of it. But what matters is picking itself and keep fighting. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, bro. Got to keep fighting. Mark Giglio, $9.99 super sticker. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, bro. Nobody has to feel obligated to send anything during this show. Listen to Johnny the Greek. Agreed, FBS, NA, and AA is another addiction. A lapse to them is a beat yourself up fest. Also, super chats can become an addiction. You see, when you do good, you get good karma. You still make money while helping. Yeah, and it's not a big problem. I'm not, I'm not worried about money when I do these shows. This is about helping people. That's it. My point was just that sometimes you do get it's like you're doing shows for whatever reason. You want to fight with somebody. You want to answer somebody back and get the last word in or whatever it may be. And in the meantime, you could be doing this instead. So I want to do more of these, especially around Christmas, man. The only reason I really stopped is the last 2 times I tried to do addiction and recovery shows, people just started talking about other shit and it wound up going totally sideways. That's why I put in the title only, because, 83 people, cool with me. That's a lot more than I thought I'd get for just an addiction and recovery show. And I want to help as much as I can. And listen, it helps me as well. Shows like this give people the chance to get stuff off their chest and also realize they aren't alone. Great job, FBS. Thank you for doing shows like this. You're welcome. And like I said, same thing for me, guys. When shit's going through my head and I see that some of the same things are going through your head, it helps me. All the programs, AA, NA, all of them, bro, they are not faith-based at all. It's your conception of a higher power. It's not religious at all, so don't let that turn you off or use that as an excuse. Dave's lives. Well, we don't have to get into that, but yeah, they are. NA and NA are Christians. What's the word I'm looking for? They're Christian based groups, and they're pushed. It's kind of a recruitment arm for the church. I mean, they kind of are. I'll give you an example. I had a girl tell me, "You can't stay clean and sober without God." Where'd she learn that shit? AA. That's where a lot of people hear stuff like that. And I am an atheist, and I'm clean and sober. So, I don't. And the higher power thing, it can be different things, I guess. Generally, it always comes back to God or a God. But that's just not for me. You know what I mean? Plus, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. AA, look it up. It has about a 6.5% success rate. So it's just not for me. But I don't knock any fucking buddy for going to AA or NA. Nobody. If that shit helps you, do it all day. I'm just saying why I don't do it. Opiate withdrawal sucks, but it doesn't kill you. Yeah, alcohol and benzo withdrawal will kill you. Without a doubt. Fentanyl and methadone withdrawal almost took me out and killed me. Never been through such a nightmare. I'm sure. I was a recreational, according to me, LOL, user of cocaine and alcohol for years until I tried one night in NYC. 8-year heroin addiction from that night. Forever grateful I'm free. It's fucking unbelievable, right? You try something once. Amanda, I think Vivitrol is for alcohol and cocaine. I just said opiate detox. Vivitrol is for booze and coke. I know Vivitrol to be for dope, for heroin, but I know it can help with alcohol. The cravings and shit. But Vivitrol, everybody I know that got Vivitrol was for dope. They got that little shot in their leg or whatever it is once a month. Yes, I came on here and got real, and fucking people made me feel like a jerk off. What did you say? I don't understand. What happened? Do you want to come on here, or do you just want me to call you after the show, bro? I'm gonna scroll down. Sorry if I missed some comments. Yeah, whatever works for the person, absolutely. Maybe. Just I hear a lot of that stuff from people in AA. I always wondered how I never went through alcohol withdrawals. I drank heavily every day of the week for 8 or 9 years straight, and I just stopped one day, and the only symptom I had was sleeplessness. It depends. Now, this is the truth. This is going to sound crazy, but trust me, I'm seasoned in alcohol withdrawal. I know guys that drink beer 24 fucking hours. Well, not 24 hours a day. They go to work 8 hours a day, and then they drink from when they get home till they go to sleep. And they've done it for years, and they get put in jail and don't have a single symptom of alcohol withdrawal. There's a reason for that. A lot of alcohol withdrawal comes from the breakdown of your fucking body. Your liver and every fucking thing else gets so weakened. When you take time to go to work, and even that 8 hours a day, you give your liver a little bit of a fucking chance and your brain a little bit of a chance to recover. that's enough time in some cases. I drank hard liquor. If you drink hard liquor every single day and you stop cold turkey or even slow down and you don't go through massive withdrawal, then you're a robot. I don't know. But I know people that drink beer every fucking day and they're fine. It just depends. But if you're like if you're to the point where I was, where your body is broken down, I was malnourished. I was in '99 when I went into that hospital and had that seizure. I was 112 pounds, same height, 5'9". Imagine that, 112 fucking pounds. I hadn't eaten a crumb for 2 weeks, just liquor. This show is great. Oh, fuck me. Hold on. Most 12-step programs are Christian-based organizations. As far as I know, they are. That's my biggest fear right now with the benzos. But I got a doctor who realizes with the traumatic brain injury and anxiety, depression, he is willing to write me a script. So I don't know if it's addiction. That's, I guess it's an addiction. You got to be physically addicted. I don't know what to say in your case. It's got to be tough, but they're just hard to come off of. People talk shit, but we all tuned in every day for the drama. It's entertainment. It's show business. Besides the personals, obviously. Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, that when it comes down to it, that's what people want. But you know what? If we could do more of this type of shit, make up for some of that negativity, then that's what I want to do. The show is great. FBS feels good to talk about. Well, thank you, Michael Maffa. I appreciate you saying that, and that makes me feel good. Maybe he's upset because we don't agree with NA and NA. Wires crossed. We're all here to help each other. No need to feel like a jerk off. Yeah, I don't. I dropped the link for Drager if he wants to come on. FBS, you do need to train yourself over again. The brain does need time to heal. I agree. Yeah, without a doubt. No, I meant about last time how I came on and shared and I got ripped for it, remember? Oh. Yeah, don't worry about that, bro. Always share, man, and do your thing on here. See, it pisses me off that people do that shit too. I don't want you to feel some type of way about that, though, Drager. I want you to be comfortable in here, bro. Easy 325. LOL. Everybody gets the protocol. I'm not sure what you mean. DJ Skinny. Bro, I was a fucking mess, man. I was so malnourished. I was in for a total of 12 days. I was in cardiac intensive care, and they had me on these banana bags, which like they just feed you vitamins intravenously. They were giving me Ensures. They were fucking. They were doing everything they could. I was so fucking malnourished and dehydrated. They told me I had 19 years old. I had liver damage. They told me 6 months more of drinking the way I was, I would have had full-blown cirrhosis. Had an enlarged heart, kidney damage, and bone marrow damage, which I still don't understand to this day. But I drank 100 proof every night and only had stomach trouble for a couple of days after I stopped. Maybe just because you were drinking it just at night. Feels good talking about it to those real people in the chat. I never talk about this. Yeah, man. That's what these shows are good for. I'm glad I'm glad this helps you guys. Because it means a lot to me, man. It makes it worth doing these. I drink probably 10 to 12 beers a day and 3 to 4 shots a night every night, but I did work every day and only drank at night. So maybe that's why. Maybe. And everybody's different. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. So I think some people just don't go through it like others do. I don't know. Traeger, it took balls for you to come on. Don't worry about the trolls. Absolutely. Damn FPS, you're a drunk. No, I was. I was drinking, like I said, at 19 years old, I was drinking at least a fifth of vodka a day. At least. And every time I fell deep in alcohol addiction, it was liquor. It was only beer when I couldn't get liquor. And trust me, in PA, you don't want to be a fucking alcoholic. Holy fuck. It ain't like New York. You can go to the corner store and get a fifth or, no. Everything's state controlled here. You got to go to a special store to get liquor. And it's only fucking, now it's open the hours where, they finally, like some of them are open on Sunday and stuff. But before, you had basically from like 11 a.m. to 8 or 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. Saturday, the hours were a little longer, and Sunday, they were closed. So, and I was drinking so much liquor. I remember on a Sunday, I was so desperate. I had no liquor. Usually I'd be prepared, but this one weekend I wasn't. My girlfriend's mom got me a case, 24 fucking cans of whatever the fuck, Miller Lite, whatever I was drinking, and it didn't take the fucking withdrawal away. I drank that shit within, I don't know, 6, 7 hours. Didn't take the withdrawal away. There's nothing to be ashamed of with addiction. It can happen to anyone. It's not our fault. We're rebels that take risks. I'm 6'6" and weighed about 150 when I went into detox. Wow. Yeah, man. Tiny. Taylor Hill, I saved a girl I love when she overdosed on a shot of cocaine. She was dead. I remember that image every day. I brought her back to life, got her food into the hospital, and they said she was malnourished. Yeah, of course. Dehydrated as well, really bad. Yeah, because like I got so dehydrated and malnourished to the point where I had no taste buds. And what I mean by that is what I didn't know is that when you have no taste buds, you can't eat. You just can't eat. So, because you can't, it's weird. You would think you could still chew and swallow. Something about when you can't taste shit, I don't know. And my mouth was so dry. Like, all I was feeding myself was vodka all day, every day. We went to Florida at one point. My mom got me a donut. I swear to God, I sat in a hotel room for an entire day trying to eat this donut, and I couldn't get it down. I couldn't taste anything. I was all dried out. All my body was accepting was more liquor. Jesus, that's a crazy story. FBS, glad you made it. Thank you. Yeah, well, it was, man. And then, like I said, it got crazy while I was in the hospital. I was having DTs like a motherfucker. I was hallucinating. I kicked the nurse in the stomach when I woke up in the middle of the night, and she was doing whatever she was doing in the room because I kept seeing shadow people. If anybody knows what delirium tremors are like, you hallucinate. You think bugs are crawling on you. You think people are coming to kill you. And I kicked the nurse, and they strapped me down. But before that, I mean, they couldn't get my heart rate down when I first got to the hospital. My heart was 165 a minute. You know what I mean? They couldn't get my heart rate down. They thought I was going to have a heart attack or a stroke. They snowed me with Ativan. And for the first 7 days, I was in a coma. A medically induced coma, but a coma. I still have the paperwork from that fucking trip. I look at it sometimes. I've talked to my friends about it, but they've just talked. They're just as bad as me. The first time I've ever talked public about it. Oh, well, that's great. I'm glad you're here. Linda J., my father had congestive heart failure, and the alcohol is what killed him in the end. I found him on the floor of his living room. Yeah, that's what I have now. And they said that the alcohol probably did as much, if not more, damage to my heart than the cocaine. Yeah, I know Tom Lochner. Yeah, and hence why I wasn't on here yesterday. And still today, between these two shows, I was upstairs laying with Shannon, and the fucking PVCs are going crazy. I'm still not feeling right. So I know what you mean because my body's telling me something right now. I hide my addiction from everyone, extended family, friends. Still? That was my name. I get numb because I'm dealing with some shit. No excuse, but it's a movie in my life. It's the hard liquor that will get you those withdrawals, especially at that rate. Yeah. Yeah. Is PA a dry town? Now, PA is just a weird fucking state. Like, all the liquor is controlled by the state. Like, you can have beer distributors and stuff, but if you want liquor, you got to go to a liquor store. They don't sell it in grocery stores, corner stores, delis, none of that shit like New York. There's stores called Wine and Spirits. Those are the fucking state stores here. And they're only open certain hours, and it's ridiculous. Now I'm glad. I wish they didn't have them at all. But back then, I'll say besides the negative aspects of my addiction, recovery has taught me so much about myself and others and made me a way more compassionate and humble person. It's good that something came of it. I agree. Like everything I went through why do you think I can sit here and take a beating from every fucking angle every day from all these haters and shit? I've been through fucking hell and back like that, you know. It's hard to it's not easy to be broken, so to speak, for somebody to break you once you've been through certain shit in life. You know what I mean? Like, I've survived things like a lot of us have, more than most people would ever imagine. So it makes us tough as a motherfucker in one way, it makes us weak in another. It's weird. And where Rolex and race cars? Anywhere but PA. um it's weird, man. But it definitely, it taught me a lot. Like I'm grateful for things that the average person isn't grateful for. When I wake up every fucking morning and I remember what I did the night before, and I don't feel like dog shit, and I can get up with energy and feel somewhat healthy and go about my day, I'm grateful. When I'm not running around trying to make sure I have enough of this and enough of that to get me through the day, I'm grateful. When I'm able to put food in my stomach and keep it down, I'm grateful. These are things that, because of the shit we've been through. Beer to me was like water. I was a prisoner at the liquor store after all the heartache this year. I've had bad thoughts, but they passed. That's good, Linda. And, I'm sure you got a support system or people you could talk to, but if you ever need to talk to anyone when you're having those bad thoughts, feel free to email me, fatbalditalian, not Sicilian, Italian at Gmail, and I'll be glad to talk to you. I've only scratched the surface on my drug days. I haven't been able to talk about my alcohol days. I understand it's probably hard for you. Trust me, when I really get in depth, it's hard not to break down myself. So, Edward Everett, I promise I try to do my best. I'm far from perfect. All I can do is wake up each day and try, but your words are encouraging. That's all we can do. Yeah, Wise Guy TV is a good dude. Let me see. Common Sense just wanted to say what's up. It's my bad earlier, man. Catch you on the next one, though. Yeah, definitely, bro. I'll hit you up. I used to eat cartons of Luigi's Italian ice because I was so dehydrated. So funny you said that, Linda. I was the same thing, but it was ice cream. I thought, I could get ice cream down. You know what I mean? And I was losing so much fucking weight that I thought maybe eating all the ice cream would help me keep some sort of weight on. It never worked out. Jesus, Mickey. Jaundice. Yeah, Tony Ducks, that's what happens. And, they say that a sure sign that your liver is shot is if it's weird. It's like either less alcohol starts to get you drunk, or even more alcohol doesn't do anything to you. They say that's when you know. Once physically addicted, your body goes into a demand driven state for alcohol, drugs, not food. That's right. Mustache Pete, all of us ex-pill poppers know that you never take drugs on a full stomach, so eating is always secondary. It's like how drugs will take prefaces over basic needs to survive. Yeah. FBS Truth. Andrew White, I didn't sleep for 2.5 weeks and barely ate in detox. The memory of detox haunts me. Yeah. I didn't kick Shanna. You're working, you're taking care of the bills, you're owning the house, you're taking care of the kids. Pat Cannon, what else can you say? Pat Cannon? I didn't see a Pat Cannon. Unless you're just calling me Cannon. Maybe you're a Philly dude. PA has drive-through liquor stores. Do they now? I don't know. I haven't been to one in a long fucking time. Commonwealth State. Yep. I remember some places had them. They're called box stores, right? Other state here, yeah, they call them package stores here. Yeah. All addicts hide their addiction except from the people we get drugs from or do them with. Pretty much. Sven Larson, I'm dependent on a lovely 40-year-old lady. She's my everything. Don't want to destroy that. We have been net dating for a year now. Oh, net dating. Oh, okay. Hey, whatever works for you. Listen, if like I said a million times, if it wasn't for Shanna and the situation I'm in, I'd be fucking, you know. I remember in PA once we had to buy 6-packs at a bar before a concert on Sunday. Nowhere sells booze on Sunday in PA. What the fuck? Yeah, now they do, but they didn't before. It was fucking nuts. You never thought making it through all you've been through, that there was divine intervention, or that you're still here for a reason, purpose. Just wondering. No, I just don't think that way. No, personally, no. I think it's all the luck of the draw and science. Science has kept me here. Medicine. John DeLuca, what's up, FBS? Stop smoking, bro. Are you breaking my balls too now, John DeLuca? Come on. Come on. How about saying, hey, Chris, good job staying off the cocaine and alcohol for 30 months? No, I'm kidding, John DeLuca. You're a good dude, bro. I know you're just looking out for me. I work for the state government. My dumbass will meet up with my dealer to get a blue during my lunch break, a block away from my job. That's why. Oh, that's the dumb shit one does as an addict. Yeah, if you're certainly right. We'll do anything. It's desperation. FBS, I'm with you on that. There is nothing that could be done to be that has already happened. Nope, there isn't. I'm sorry if I'm behind in comments, guys. Let me go down here a little bit. I hate missing anybody's comments on shows like this, but wait a minute. Or YouTube name, LOL. Matter of fact, FBS is the only person who had my real last name because I sent it to him on accident on my wrong email. And guess what? He never mentioned a word. That's how I know he's a real dude. Oh, yeah, bro. And I never would. Never know. Never, bro. I don't fuck around like that. And you're a good dude. Wise Guy TV helped me the fuck out. It's so funny because. Oh, okay. All right, I got you. I didn't know that, Wise Guy TV. And I don't remember your last name anyway, so I wouldn't. What was I gonna say? Oh, Wise Guy TV in the beginning, man. It was funny because he would use my videos, which was cool. I asked him certain ones not to use. He was always respectful. If I asked him to take one down, he would. But he had a lot of my videos, so there was videos I wanted back because before I realized you could just put shit on private, I would delete videos. And I could hit Wise Guy TV up and be like, "Do you have this one or this one?" And he'd send it right to me. So Wise Guy TV is good in my book. We all struggle somehow, but some can't relate. This is true. FBS, I'm with you on that. Oh, I already read that one. I'm sorry. Crazy things we do to feed our addictions. I know. Some alcoholics, their skin color changes. It seems like they get a yellow color. Yeah, that's jaundice setting in. That's when you got liver issues. When your fingernails start getting yellow, underneath your you start getting yellow in the corner of your eyes. This is stuff they tell you to look for. Or your skin, of course. Once your skin starts getting yellow, you're in a pretty, I think, advanced stage of liver damage. Um, that's dope for real, FBS. Let me see. FBS, you should quit smoking. I'm sure I might be the first to recommend it. Oh, Todd Father, I love you, man. Wise guy TV, a little fact. Let me see. So, yeah, for real, man. You hooked me up. There's videos I treasure that I have that fucking that I wouldn't have if it wasn't for Wise Guy TV. LOL, nicotine can be an addiction. I know someone in prison got himself addicted to nicotine patches. Common sense. It's a channel in the works. Still trying to pinpoint a lane. FD, my friend. Yeah, everybody should subscribe to Wise Guy TV, and everybody should subscribe to Fat Bald Sicilian and New Beginnings with Shanna. Yeah, do you want to come on tonight or you want to wait? I'll wait for you so I don't lose your I'll lose the spot and then forget. You want to come on now or you want to wait? I'm trying to get into school to become addiction and recovery counselor next semester. Shit. Oh, got to get out the restaurant industry and do something positive. That would be great. FBS, I seen a guy get shot in the leg over a cigarette. Fucking John DeLuca. Yes, go sub to FBS, man. He deserves it. Absolutely. I'm assuming everybody that's here probably already is, but tell a friend. Good little crowd tonight. I haven't needed to use the wrench one time. Sensible people, us addicts. Isn't that some shit, right? Nobody in here starting trouble. No drama tonight. I love it. I love it. Oh, I needed this shit. This guy has been battling it out since day one and ain't back down from not one person. I gotta respect it. Yeah, you gotta give it to me, Wise Guy TV. And thank you, man. I appreciate you always supporting me, man. I don't think you've ever said a bad word about me. Common sense, John. That punk deserved to ask for a short. He got smart. Was in a bad mood. You're the one that shot him, huh? Everybody hit the like button. Or don't. It's all right. For this show, I'm not worried about it. It's crazy the lies I would tell family and friends, and in my messed up mind, I look totally normal. Yeah, I hear that. Not bad for a bunch of us junkies, as they call us on other channels, huh? Yeah, fuck all those people. But yeah, we do pretty well together, huh? Going rate for one cigarette during my recent bid was $20. Shit, when I was in jail, anytime I was in jail, I'd gladly pay that for a fucking cigarette. I know Wise Guy TV, same, bro. You deserve a night off, and for the love of God, hit the bell. Yeah, well, I had a night off last night, but although I was in bed the whole fucking time dying. But listen, I think I have something scheduled for me and Shanna coming up very shortly, a few days away. I can't fucking wait. I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully everything goes according to plan, and we will be getting away for a few days. You never know, though. One night from the hotel, maybe we'll do a show and hang out with you guys just because we'll miss you. But we're going to have some time away, and I'm looking forward to that shit. trying. Oh shit. Oh, thank you, Wise Guy TV. Wise Guy TV sent me a cash app. I appreciate that, bro. Very nice of you, man. Tony Ducks. Ding, 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 ding. Yep. It's my experience that the people calling other people junkies, they are the ones struggling. More often than not, that is the case. It's like I said, the people on here, and I won't get into this, but the people on here that like to call me a junkie are generally on here while under the influence. And that's what happens with a lot of people in regular life and on here as well. But honestly, to call anybody that, especially if you're somebody who's in the medical field or something, but no matter who you are, that's pretty shitty. You know what I mean? People are trying. Let me tell you something. The person who's doing the worst out there most likely would rather be doing better. Have some fucking sympathy, empathy, something. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I know. It's nice. It's nice. This is the most peaceful fucking chat right now. It's awesome. I say that all the time. The people who call us junkies are unfortunately the ones with the needle in their arm. Yep. Or a drink in their fucking hand, or a rock in a pipe, or a line on the table. Absolutely. I could watch a dude on here just lit, drunk, blackout drunk, and think to myself, out of the two of us, I'm the one that's going to wake up feeling good with a clear head in the morning. Well, all the folks in the show tonight are damn fine people who are gracious and respectful. Yeah, it's funny. Like we've always been able to do this when we do these addiction and recovery shows. It's so nice the way everybody gets along and shows each other support, and you know, they talk, they give each other advice on things they may do to get through their struggles, and people learn from it. I love it. Can you be a rich junkie? Serious question. Absolutely. There's a lot of them out there. I think so. Yeah. Um, a lot of people have no problem paying for their addiction, but they're way deep into an addiction. Could you imagine if we was all still using, we'd be killing each other? Oh my God. I know, common sense. You are not kidding. Dell is my name. People struggle everywhere, every day. Why kick them while they're down? Life hasn't been cool to everyone. Damn. Yeah, it's very true. Linda J, I can't tell you how many times I've heard it then pulled that person's card and said, I'll give you $100 for a clean urine. I tell him I'll go buy the test. I put the C note on the table. No go. Of course. John DeLuca, cocaine is a rich man's drug. Yes, it is. One human experience every person on planet Earth will go through. It's only one: suffering. We all suffer some immeasurably. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Never abuse drugs, only beers. As Linda said, it was water to me as well. It's funny too. I get extra pissed off when they call a lot of heroin addicts and opiate addicts junkies, because I know for a fact that a lot of these people, like, okay, like with alcohol, you could almost say, listen, it's your fault. You got, like, I always look at it as my fault, because I knew my whole life I was raised knowing if you drink, you could become an alcoholic. You can get addicted. Same thing with cocaine. But the thing about the fucking pills and a lot of people that are on heroin now is that they weren't choosing to be addicted when a doctor was telling them this is the only thing that'll help. This is the only thing that'll take your pain away. Nobody takes, at least maybe now, okay, there's more knowledge out there and stuff, but there was a time when these opiates, there wasn't that much information about them, and there wasn't such an epidemic of the addiction. So when a doctor said take this oxycodone or this whatever it may be, they just trusted the doctor and went with it. Never did they imagine that decades down the fucking road, or even months or years, that they would be doing heroin or now searching the street for pills, or trying to get doctors to write for fake scripts or doctor shopping. So a lot of these people did not choose. They did not choose to become addicted to anything. Oh, Linda J, not only do they not understand it, I truly believe, the most dangerous drug in the world, alcohol, for a lot of reasons. I mean, if you take the amount of people that die from alcohol every year, it surpasses any other substance. Okay? Any. Not as many people die from heroin, crack, powder cocaine, nothing. Because you got to add in the DUIs, all that shit. All the different health problems, heart problems, liver problems, kidney problems, all that shit. It's the most dangerous drug on the fucking planet, but it's the one that's accepted. It's accepted by society, alcohol. His words in the beginning, he hit deep. I'm not sure who you mean. Kevin Mack, good night, FBS, and everyone in the chat. Stay strong and stay positive. Much love and respect to everyone here. Good night, Kevin Mack. I hope you're feeling well. And same to you, bro. Much love and have a good night. Pat Duffy had an abusive family member that would never accept the fact that he was an alcoholic because he only drank beer. It was 24 beers a day at a minimum, but it was just beer. Yeah. There's a lot of them. Broke my neck 6.5 years ago. Was on pills for 9 months, then just taken away. No help or tapering down, just taken away. Fuck. Common sense. Alcohol, death was worst drug. I never fucked a chick when I was high. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. I mean, fuck. I was a rich junkie. I was making between 7,000, 8,000 a week, but spending 3,000 a week. So I was still ahead of the game by thousands. Granted, I was doing wrong, but having the money enabled me. Jesus, Joe Brown. Remember, Artie was on the Stern Show admitting he had some clean urine on him. He was afraid Howard was going to call him out, so he paid someone for it. Yeah, he paid $500. He had it in his black leather jacket. Yeah. Especially that YouTube guy that pops pills and claims to be a counselor calling people junkies. Yeah. Most of the time, it starts with a legal prescription for sure. Purdue lied to people and told them Oxy wasn't addictive and told doctors to increase the dose of if they show withdrawal symptoms. 100%. Alcohol is socially acceptable and can be bought anywhere. I don't know what I would have done if I could have bought heroin at any store. It's crazy for alcoholics. It's everywhere you go. Yeah, I'm going to check that out tonight. All my friends that died and stopped drugs but carried on drinking, the liver goes, the organs pack up. Drink is the worst. It is. I have a close friend that just drank himself to death 5 months ago. He had stopped for a year, but the damage was done. 50 years old. Sorry for your loss, man. That's a shame. You get a chance to listen to it, man. Seriously, Jada Kiss Government Cheese would touch a lot of people in this room tonight. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up here for so I don't forget. I'm gonna put it. So I listen to it later, and then maybe I'll play it on the next show. All right, guys. I would love to keep this going forever, but I got to get to sleep and stuff. And before I go to bed, I got to try to catch up on some emails. Anybody that I didn't respond to yet, I'm sorry. Yesterday was a bad day, and I was trying to avoid anything MobTube related. So, thank you very much for being here with me. Anybody who donated, thank you, of course. I love that we were able to do this, and I promise you I'll bring you more of these, and I hope you all show up. And Lefty DNA, what's up, my friend? 16 months clean off heroin. I love these shit. Oh, man, that's great, bro. Congratulations. Yeah, I promise you I'll bring you more of these shows, and I hope you all return and we make this a regular thing. That would make me very happy. I'll do them as often as I can. So thank you for everything, guys. Stay strong. Keep your head up. Let's try to make the best of the holidays that we can. And I'll see you all next time. All right. I love you. Salute.